Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We gotta talk about this case. Have y'all heard about the Chicago woman? She was walking home with her 9-year-old son and a group of kids. Decided to jump her for no reason. No reason. Okay. No reason, just minding her own business, walking her child home, and a group of kids started to jump her, beating her. And let me just say trigger warning, because we're going to watch the video and talk about it and all the things that have come out. And is this the ripple effect of gentle parenting, lack of community funds for kids to have activities and things to do? Is this a first or has it been happening? Okay, so make sure I hit that like, y'all subscribe, y'all do all the things. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Okay, trigger warning.
A CBS exclusive. The mother in this video, who was attacked while protecting her children, is speaking publicly. She and her son were brutally attacked by a group of kids on Monday, and this video has caught the attention of many across the country. Now, that community is stepping in to help move her out of the South Deering neighborhood. She only spoke to our Sharday Gray about this horrific attack, and Sharday is live in our newsroom with more from this exclusive story.
Well, Marie, Corshawnda Hatter says she's still in physical pain after she and her son were brutally attacked with her young daughter just steps away. Her legs are bruised and it's hard for her to walk. But what hurts her the most is her children are still suffering.
My son he's very devastated. He'll wake up out of him in the middle of his sleep, screaming. He'll scream, "Mommy, are you there?"
Hatter says her 9-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter are traumatized after watching their mom get attacked by a group of kids. In this video, we've blurred the faces of those involved because they're all minors. We've stopped it after she was dragged to the ground because of how brutal it is. Her son was beaten, and she says one of the kids pulled her daughter's hair. Her daughter stood off to the side crying, watching her brother and mother get attacked.
I felt helpless because I was down on the ground and he was down on the ground and he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's 6. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, kind of walking a little slow. And they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
That's her partner, Devon Lee, who was at work when the attack happened. Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks, all of the results of her sickle cell disease. Hatter tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it. Yesterday, a large group of parents came to the school to show their support for the mother and to put an end to bullying. The community immediately stepped in and moved her out of South Deering and into an undisclosed location. Hatter says she's pressing charges against the parents of the kids who attacked her. As for her children, they'll be transferred to a different school, and she's looking to get therapy for them. Reporting in the newsroom, Sharday Gray, CBS News, Chicago. Marie.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? That kids are doing this. Is it the school system? Is it the parents? Do we blame the parents? These are children. And then for somebody to record it, another child to record it and upload it, y'all. It was a child who recorded and uploaded it. Why is this a thing? You know? And it's all because her son was being bullied, that they felt the right to do this. And the mom has sickle cell disease. It's already hard enough to recover when you have sickle cell and you go through a sickness, a bruise. It's going to take her a while to heal from the trauma of this situation, but also her body to heal physically from the wounds. Because you don't have to go back and forth to doctors. And it just, with sickle cell, it takes your body, it's harder for your body to fight off things and heal from things. And neighbors are saying it ain't even the first time that these kids have been harassing children. I think there's a lack of accountability. Why aren't they being held accountable? Okay. Why aren't they being held accountable? Now, I heard the parents are starting to come out now. Okay. So let's get into what one of the mamas of the kids had to say. Okay.
I think everybody, we've all seen the video. Everybody's been sharing it. The public outcry is definitely there, and we're all on the same accord that it was. We want. I think more so than anything, we want everybody to understand that this is a child. All of them children.
Your child chose to gang up and be in a group of kids. So now you won't hear begging to not be held accountable, not be sued. And remember, she's a child. Okay. She's a child. She wasn't a child when she chose to go up there and hit that woman and her kids. And it's the audacity of, oh, she's a child. I feel sorry for her. Not to mention, I also read that the woman who was beat is pregnant. It's pregnant.
I was in that video was children. Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, she has a family that cares, that loves her, that has held her accountable. She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak. We do not expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child. What grade are you in, Kamira?
8th.
She's in 8th grade.
Old enough to be charged.
A's and B's, and I was homecoming queen. I'm the captain of the cheerleading.
Oh, so you're the lead. She's the lead.
Person.
We will know that this baby, as well as all the other babies that's in that video, are very much our future. So if we laughing at them.
You said that right. They the future. Okay, this is our future. I ain't got nothing better to do than to walk up on a woman and beat her. I could be at home studying. I'm homecoming queen. I'm a leader. And it shows how leadership skills in children can be used for good and used for bad. I'm a leader. I'm involved in all these things. Why didn't you think about that when you were out there doing those things? Okay. I feel like this is, to me, just my baby. It wasn't my baby. Okay. It wasn't my baby. It wasn't my baby. None of that stuff matters, the homecoming queen, when you make poor decisions and choices to hurt innocent people who were doing nothing wrong.
We laughing at ourselves. So we want to make sure that we check that and that we be present, and that those people that are not on the ground, those people that are scared of our young kids, that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we hear, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know, and that we are available to them.
No. What's going on? Is it the gentle parenting? Is it that too many parents want to be their kids' friends? Let's talk about it. As a parent myself, I feel like parents are not invested in the parenting of their children as much as they used to be. Social media, having younger parents, so busy wanting to be their friends, that now kids like mine, like, oh, y'all strict? I can't call you bro. Hell no, you can't call me bro. I'm your mama. But because of the parents who want to be friends, want to be on social media together with their kids, the ones who are being raised right are questioning why you not like their parents next door. Okay, why can't I be on the video game for 12 hours a day? Why I can only play on the weekends? Because I care about you. Because I'm invested in you becoming a well-adapted and emotionally intelligent child who becomes a productive adult. Okay, I'm invested in you. I'm not invested in the things I see other parents doing to be friends with their kids. Okay, I think we are in a age where people want to be friends so bad with their kids that the parenting is gone. Is gone. Where's the investment? Where's the investment in raising healthy, emotionally intelligent, productive adults? Like she said, this is the next generation, y'all. This is the next generation. Okay, this is the next generation. And let's talk about it.
Reason that that lady in Chicago and her kids got jumped by those other kids is because a lot of people have used the excuse of gentle parenting to be non-existent parents. And what it's actually causing is a generation of kids who have no conscience. These kids are not scared of anything because there's no discipline, there's no accountability.
Mm.
When kids do not learn a moral compass at a young age, when parents are not teaching their kids accountability, when they know that there is nothing going to happen at home when you do something bad, those kids are going to become more and more dangerous. And I blame the parents. Too many of these kids is out here raising themselves. And the schools are complaining because they call home. And I'm telling you this as someone who was an administrator in a school, and the parents don't see a problem.
No.
They do nothing. They fight with the school. They fight with the other parents. It's always an issue,
Yep.
but they don't hold their kids accountable. I understand the notion of not hitting kids anymore because it's linked to slavery. Like, I get that. But there is a healthy level of fear that your kids should have of you. They should be worried that their parents are going to be upset when they do something wrong and that they're going to be accountable in some way to a parent. Reason that that lady in Chicago and her kids got jumped by those other kids is because a lot of people have used.
And I think there's a difference between being fearful and being scared. I think there's a way of, okay, I don't want to upset or disappoint my parents by my actions, by my grades. I don't want them to be fearful of me. It's more of the disappointment. I notice that my kids, when they do something wrong, have issues in school, especially my oldest one, he's a Cancer. He becomes more emotional about disappointing me as a mother. And I think the disappointment hits harder to me than him having fear of me. I don't ever want him to have, either of my boys, to ever have fear of me, but I want them to know there are consequences to actions, repercussions. There's accountability. And I think another bigger thing that we're not talking about is in this new generation of parenting, lack of emotional intelligence. Lack of emotional intelligence. I know I always say that. We need more emotional intelligence. More emotional intelligence to see how the things I say and do affect others. We need more healing. The healing and the therapy and admitting I have issues and problems and I need to work on some of those traumas so it doesn't go into my children will grow into emotional intelligence. But instead of looking at myself, I look at other people on TikTok all day. Okay. It's easier for me to scroll all day and look at everybody else's life than put my phone down and have a conversation with my kids about life. You know, them talks your parents used to have with you about being great, learning values, going on a drive and just having a conversation with your kids, talking about life, how they doing. Do people do that anymore? No, they don't. Because when I meet with kids, when I have worked with people who are in PHPs, them kids who be in the hospital and can't go back to school and they need to go somewhere, they go to a hospital school. Okay. And you know what them kids was telling me when I worked at that hospital school for 2 years? They parents don't spend time with them, expectations too hard, and don't see them. The reason I don't want to be here anymore, the reason why I'm doing stuff to my body, the reason why I'm anxious and depressed, because I don't feel seen or heard by my parents. Okay. So as this woman is saying, but she's a child, do you treat her like a child? What are you mirroring to her? What is she learning from you? What are all these kids learning from their parents? Okay. Now there is a caveat. There is a caveat, okay? I'm gonna be objective and let y'all know I have learned as a parent that you can show your kids the way, the lessons, the mirroring, the way. And at the end of the day, they're gonna make decisions I might not approve of. I don't agree with. They're at school for 10 hours a day being influenced by other people's kids. Okay. And I can show them, I can lead them to the water. I can lead them to greatness. I can show them greatness. I can break the cycle. I can give them a better life. But they're going to make their own decisions, their own actions. And I, as a parent, have to sit with that because that's a very hard thing to realize that I can give my kid all the right steps, tools, programs, opportunities, but they can still be with the wrong person at the wrong time and do the wrong thing. Okay. Those are all still very much factors here. And I want to know for you guys, do you feel like the new generation of parenting ain't it? Because if you ask me, it ain't it. And that's why it's also hard to be friends with parents. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. As soon as your kid becomes friends with a parent, with a child, and you have to get to know the parent a little bit, if you are actively involved like me, I want to get to know you. What y'all doing in y'all house? Because my kid be over at y'all house. What y'all got up in there? What y'all house look like? What's your parenting style? Oh, you just your kid be on the game from Friday through basically Monday through Friday. When they at school and then they get on the game, it's like, oh damn. See, that ain't my parenting style. But my kid want to be friends with your kid. And I'm gonna tell my kid, I want to, like, damn, you need some better friends. But at the end of the day, he is not with me for 10 hours a day. And the influence of that child whose parent is not pouring into them, unfortunately, will influence my child. And that's the hard thing is that you kind of have to let go and let your kids, figure it out for themselves. But I'll be whispering. I'm a therapist, so you can make better choices, right? Okay. Just because he do it, you ain't gotta do it. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think Jacob is the right friend for you. I want you to see that this is not the best relationship. Now, would a friend do this and that to you? I be saying the things. I be asking them questions, the same questions I ask my client. Now, is this the way a friend would treat you and act? But he got to figure it out on his own. But I'm going to pour into him. And hopefully he wake up one day and see that kid right there ain't the one. And I knew he wasn't the one from the beginning. Okay. But the one thing about this story that I do truly appreciate is community. The community has come together. Community is coming together. The community is coming together and helping her get out of this community, out of this situation, giving her money, giving her different things. And I feel like community is something that's slept on. I don't think they don't just deserve protection, but long-term support, including therapy. And I think we need to figure out a way that neighborhoods feel more empowered to prevent future violence. But the funding is disappearing. Local orgs, parental groups, schools need to collaborate on community-based solutions. And I think this is also a call for stronger prevention, restorative justice. not street justice. Restorative justice, not just punishments. Not just punishments. We need more community action. We need more safety and accountability. I don't think violence by minors can just be dismissed as being kids. Like that mother said, she's just a child. There has to be accountability for repeated harassment and violence, both for youth, for the system, maybe for them parents. I wonder if the parents have more repercussions if they would change. And what's going on with the school? Are there activities? Is there accountability? This child has been bullied for what, the last year, I believe. What has the school done? Okay, what has the school done? I am enjoying the public awareness of this situation, not just because it's another shocking viral video, but it is an indicator of deeper problems, community violence, lack of accountability, and systematic neglect. We need real change rather than sensationalizing it. All these stories become sensationalized, highlighting the human cost. You know what the human cost is? Trauma. The trauma experienced by the mom and her kids. The fear she now has, the fear her kids have, the fear in the community. I think we need to speak up more, have more community, and build broader approaches and pressure for public reform. But this is a very sad situation. I'm hoping the mom has healing. I'm sure more of these parents are going to come out because they don't want to get caught up. They don't want to get held accountable. They don't want to get. They don't want their kid to have a record. All reactionary steps. All reactionary. But where was the proactiveness? And what's going on in Chicago? We're hearing more and more about these violent stories, shootings. It's been going on for years, I know. But I think it's just another display of we need more funding for activities, for things for these kids to do because they're just getting into trouble. They're just getting into trouble. Okay. But I of course want to know your thoughts. Should the parents be held accountable? Should they be sued? Okay, should they be sued? And is there really going to be some real change? Okay, are we going to see real change, y'all? Well, let me know your thoughts. I'm Denise Brady. I'm a therapist, but I'm also a parent. Raising 2 Black boys. And trying to raise them into productive humans, adults. And I often have the worry of, as much as I'm pouring into my child, will he one day be with the wrong person, the wrong people, and I'll have to visit him in a prison? One of my biggest fears. And I try so hard to point him in the right direction, talk into him is what I wanted to say. Talking to him, pouring to him, and show him the right way. That even when you come into situations where people are making poor decisions, you don't have to make the poor decisions with them. I am invested in you becoming a better you, a productive human, and not another statistic. I'm invested. And I pray that I never have to visit my children in a courtroom, in a prison, that does not become my story. Okay, now let me get off here because y'all about to have this thug be crying. But I'm Denise Brady, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hit that like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts, share the video, let's have a conversation, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Have you liked the video? Make sure you hit that like. I haven't seen you hit that like button. Okay. hit the like. Bye.